Okay, so let's get to the fucking point about this girl. We can read these DMs all fucking day.
Yeah.
But this girl is, I'm going to make a bold prediction about her, and I think it would hold up under scrutiny. Is she somebody who in her life had such a shit personality that everybody ended up hating her?
Yes, 100%.
Okay? So then what happens is instead of re-examining her personality and saying like, why do people fucking hate me? Why is my dad fucking leaving? You know, she's going like, well, here's what I'll do instead. I'll become so, you know, apathetic towards everything in my life that it becomes my personality. And, you know, instead of being like, oh shit, actually people don't like me, I'll just be like, what? I'm the blunt cunt and everybody will have to respect me because I'm so self-deprecating. That's not a personality, Victoria Bloodsworth. You're just a piece of shit who honestly, you know, should just jump off the boat when you join the Navy. You know what I mean? Just swim to the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. You're worthless to society. So the reason we're getting into this shit is because Victoria Bloodsworth is apparently known as Vic on a popular podcast called Who Are These Podcasts?
Right.
I was familiar with Who Are These Podcasts because I know that like Louis J. Gomez did some stuff with them.
Oh, okay.
The Cumtown guys did some stuff with them.
Cool.
Cumtown, like I think that like Who Are These Podcasts misunderstood Cumtown, and I think Cumtown kind of misunderstood Who Are These Podcasts. I don't really know the extent of it. I've only heard like bits and pieces of that one. But basically, Who Are These Podcasts is a podcast that I guess started in 2016, and this guy Carl brings on his friends and like comedians, and they listen to like bad podcasts and make fun of them.
Yeah.
But this Victoria Bloodsworth, also known as Vic, and we'll refer to her as Vic from here on out, just so it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Vic like goes on there to read reviews. I guess she started. I went through their subreddit and read some stuff about it because
people do not like.
Yeah,
her.
believe it or not, people are not fond of Vic.
Yeah.
For I think a lot of the same reasons that she's transparently, you know, an idiot.
Yeah, being blunt isn't the same as being a dick. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. And I in my post game DMs, I get into that with her. But so she goes on this podcast, I don't know how often, and she reads reviews of podcasts.
Right. I do want to say this just before we do get into it. Our conversation, even though it was like maybe heated on some level, it's a very friendly exchange.
It ends very friendly.
This is how it ends. So I just said, like, you know, I tried, like, I'll be honest, I tried to sleep, I didn't say sleep with you.
Yeah,
to
you tried
slide into your DMs. You know, but you have a boyfriend, whatever. And then,
yeah, she has a boyfriend. Parker was trying to fuck her. She was like, I have a boyfriend. Parker's like, all good. We'll talk.
Honestly, I dodged a fucking bullet. Holy
I guess.
shit.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, you know, whatever.
And so, I just said, LOL. I mean, we matched on Tinder a while ago, so I thought I might as well give it a shot. And she said, okay, friend. And I said, cool talking to you, though. See you around. And she just says, see you, with an exclamation point.
Right, because this is somebody who's going to be doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
You know, we assume she's going to be doing stand-up comedy. So she kind of made you aware of her interactions on Who Are These Podcasts during your guys' conversation.
Yeah,
she said that she does stand-up comedy. She uploads videos of her doing, or audio of her doing stand-up comedy, and then charges people $10 a month behind an OnlyFans paywall.
Right.
And
which, like, I don't like.
I'll be honest, I respect the shit out of it.
Really?
100%. Like, if I could have gotten paid when I first started $10 a month from some sad sacks who are podcast fans, I would have done that in a fucking heartbeat. Are you kidding me? I mean, it gives you incentive to keep bombing. I mean, even if you get good, that's good. And if not, you still get paid. So good for her. I think that is good news for her. And I also think it makes good content. I'm sure that I haven't listened to her do stand-up on any of these podcasts, but I could understand, you know, it's like morning radio. They do that in morning radio. Not saying that these guys are like morning zoo, but in morning radio, they'll often send like one of the hosts to go do stand-up comedy and then make fun of it in the morning. You know what I mean? So it's something that's been done. It's a blueprint that exists. But so Who Are These Podcasts? Based on my research, they're like, I think that they're like people we probably would get along with.
Yeah,
they
seems
seem like all
it.
the fans are like old Opie and Anthony fans.
Yeah.
Who listen to like The Bonfire and Louis
Love
J.
The
Gomez's
Bonfire,
shit
yeah,
and
totally.
everything. So I even think that maybe some of them fall into like the Cumtown area and microscene shit. And
Yeah, I'm sure.
so I think that we would like. Honestly, I don't know if our audiences would be the same. Obviously, there's some overlap since people DM'd us to let us know that we were featured on this podcast.
Right.
So there is
Pretty
some
immediately.
yeah, there is some overlap there. But so the guy Carl, he brings on people to discuss. So they brought on Vic, and here's Vic's appearance on the podcast.
We have another segment that we need to get to, and we're going to bring on everybody's favorite review reader. Our friend Vic is going to come on. She wants to review a podcast. Vic, what's up?
Hello.
So I guess that's like an ongoing bit. I thought she was like really talked like that, but I guess
There she is. She made us wait for it. She made us wait for the catchphrase. We all
like that.
anticipated it. We couldn't wait. So we gotta. I want to talk about why we're reviewing this podcast, but first, I want to talk about your OnlyFans page because yes, I
don't.
signed up for your OnlyFans page. It's 10. Can I play a real quick clip from the? I hope this is okay.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously,
Okay, so now Carl's playing her stand-up. So this is where you get into a weird area because it's like, how much can you rip apart her stand-up if she's doing it for a bit? You know, it's kind of
Right.
It's kind of too meta at that point to even make fun of.
Yeah. Also, cool thing about her is that she's never retold the same
the
jokes.
video
Yeah.
I already have.
Yeah. And actually, I do remember something. I think it's in this part. So I actually am going to skip back 30 seconds to where he was talking about her OnlyFans because I think there's something in here that's kind of fun.
And then a new video where you talk through a mask in a park through a 6-inch speaker and you can barely hear what you're saying. So I'm hoping that you're going to have more content if I'm going to keep paying $10 a month, Vic. Do you have a plan?
I do have another one to post.
She will not be doing any more open mics in Sacramento. Actually, as it turns out, she made a grave mistake. So if you subscribe to her OnlyFans, now's a good time to unsubscribe.
That's what I do.
Oh, good. Okay. Is it new material or is it the same jokes?
Oh, it's new and I kind of bombed.
Oh,
So
Kind of. Kind of. You bombed every single time, you fucking retard. You suck at comedy. You're not funny. Like, at any point, you're not funny. And this is the funny thing is, like, so I'll probably clip what we're talking about right now, put it on YouTube, and post it to their Reddit page, and just tell everybody, like, hey, we're the fucking podcast that Vic brought on. Here's us telling our side of the story. Anyone who listens is going to know she's painfully unfunny.
Yeah, 100%.
In the rest of this clip, like, if you're listening to our Patreon right now and are like, oh, I hope that she like gets some good digs in on the guys, she does not.
She walked Buddy, by the way, our
Yes,
friend Buddy.
he
came
left.
He came up and he's just like, yeah, that chick's like defending Alex Jones, and it's like, it's just not funny.
Like, yeah, it's like she's not being
like,
satirical.
dude, Buddy has laughed at people that I think should be thrown in a
I
volcano.
love Buddy. He doesn't subscribe to the Patreon. His sense of humor is shit when it comes out of their comics.
Yes, he's so accepting of everyone.
Yeah, he's like wants to accept everybody, and she made him leave an open mic.
Yeah.
Which, if you're a comedian, you've seen the worst comedy ever at
Totally.
open mics.
It's
You're not
like-
leaving.
It's like your grandma telling you, you know what, you're not handsome, you ugly fuck. Like that's
Yeah, it's
what it is.
exactly that. All right, so let's get through this.
oh, you kind of bombed this time?
Oh, I
Shocking.
did.
Can I play a real quick clip from the? I hope this is okay. I mean, obviously it's
You
behind the
go for it.
paywall. It's behind the paywall, but I paid for it. So this is a clip from Vic's new stand-up special. I think she's in negotiations with Netflix as we speak.
She puts a
check this out.
special in stand-up special.
I love comedy. It's good. It's fun. I get to talk about weird shit. And then like scattered laughs happen. And I get to stare at some dogs. Amazing.
She's just riffing there, but I
Barely.
You know
Dude,
what?
that's not called riffing. That's I don't know how to the fuck to do what I'm doing right now. So she's filibustering.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Dude, I do gotta say this though. If I had any of her jokes, I would not repeat them also.
Me either. Yeah, I would throw them all out after every fucking 5 minutes too.
do like
Oh,
that
yeah.
she threw in her other catchphrase. Amazing.
And Carl, I understand. So let me talk directly to the host, Carl, here. Carl, I understand that she does that on the podcast a lot, say amazing. Right now, she's not doing a catchphrase. She's not doing good at stand-up comedy. She's probably got dry mouth. Her hands are probably sweaty. We've all been there. We've all bombed at open mics. It's called
Yeah.
being new.
Totally. Yeah, which, by the way, we would never shit on like a new comic this much. Unless
Never.
They were an abhorrent content.
Yeah, unless they were an absolute insufferable piece of shit, I would
Yeah.
never talk about someone who's done comedy 3 times.
Totally.
Never. Stupid.
And she likes comedy. I don't know if you guys could hear that. She likes comedy because she gets to hear a smattering of laughter.
When other people are on stage, you fucking bombing bitch, you've never done good.
Chris. All right, let's talk about this podcast that we're reviewing today. Apparently, one of the guys.
Hold on. I want to go back just a moment here.
Yeah.
Like scattered laughs happen, and I get to stare at some dogs. Amazing.
She's just riffing there, but I do like
Oh,
that
yeah.
she threw in her amazing, her other catchphrase. Amazing.
She has really good
Go for it.
catchphrases, I will say that.
And then a new.
Yeah, totally.
One more.
Totally.
But I don't know if you guys could hear that. She likes
So hold on. This is the reason I wanted to go back to this. Listen to this.
comedy because she gets to hear a smattering of laughter. Chris.
All right, good instincts, retard. What are you fucking? He's talking to you. Say something, you dumb fuck. Are you that stupid? The only reason I'm pointing this out is because she tries to lay into us for something pretty similar
Yeah,
later
no,
on.
Exactly.
So just
100%.
remember your great radio instincts, you piece of shit.
Yeah,
like you
100%.
dumbass. Listen, sorry, I hate this woman.
No,
I with
she
a
sucks.
fucking ugh.
All right, let's talk about this podcast that we're reviewing today. Apparently, one of the guys on the show, there's a couple comedians who do a show, and it is called Fill My Heart.
Hell yeah. Thanks for the plug.
And I guess they review Dr. Phil episodes.
Yeah, there's like a whole like genre on YouTube where like people just like watch Dr. Phil shows and they're like, "Whoa, he's stupid, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, right." So that's the whole show.
Mm-hmm. There's a whole genre on
Whole
YouTube.
genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're the first people to ever do it. There's never been people in history who ever viewed anything. There's never been Mystery Science Theater. There's never been Talk Soup. There's never been any fucking talking head shows. How are you so oblivious to culture to not know this is something people have been doing since like the fucking early aughts?
Yeah, totally. Like if we never claimed to be like we're the innovators. Of
In
comedy.
fact, we've been the exact opposite.
Yeah.
We're ripping off every show.
Yeah.
Just like who are these podcasts? Like I was DMing with someone who fucking pointed this out to us, and I was like, "Oh, so it's like Jocktober?" And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, no, he's like pretty open about ripping off Jocktober from
Yeah.
Opie and Anthony." Which, fuck yeah, dude. Jocktober is one of the best radio segments ever. Like,
Yeah.
if you can do it for the only problem I have with who are these podcasts is that they glorify podcasting like, to make it seem like it's a legit thing. This is not supposed to be legit. This is supposed to
that
be
is
dumb as
true.
shit.
That is a good point.
There's
yeah.
there's like 4 podcasts you should take seriously. It's like The Daily from the New York Times and anything
Right.
NPR puts out that's informational, not their comedy shit.
I am convinced that this podcast was made by Michelle Obama, so they would take down every other podcast.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, she's funding it. All right.
So I listened to a little bit of this, and it sounded like the two guys were just bantering for a while back and forth, and then they get into it, and they talk about the episode they're going to listen to, and they start
Yes.
yeah,
That is the best way to describe our podcast.
100%.
100%. Yeah.
playing clips, and they talk about Dr. Phil. I don't know how you found out about these
Yeah.
guys, if this is like maybe your boyfriend's show. I don't know why we're doing this, but I got a note from you that said, I got called a serial killer by a guy who has a shitty Dr. Phil podcast. Can we review it? And my answer at first was no. And then I realized that you had a vendetta and that you were really enraged by this person.
Okay, so obviously we gave the pretext to all of this
Yeah.
because it's important for the story. But the real reason it's important is because she misrepresents almost every single second of any of our interactions with her.
totally.
Which, when you're doing comedy, when you're trying to be funny, there's a reason to misrepresent. We all know that. There's,
Right.
creative
But
license
she's,
or whatever
like,
the fuck
just
it's called.
trying to fucking like throw me and you like under the bus.
Yeah,
for
she
no
doesn't
reason.
really come after me very hard. So let's keep it to
Yeah,
you.
true.
'Cause
That's a good point.
she really just comes after you for some
Well,
for
she
some
shits on
reason.
the podcast and that.
I guess, but I mean,
yeah.
we'll talk about her ineffective attacks. I mean, it's terrible. She's got like a fucking Jamaican fucking war strategy of just doing absolutely nothing. All right.
So I figured I would let you go off on them.
Oh yeah. No. If you play my like number one clip, that I think that like pretty much sums up the show pretty well.
But hold on, before I do that though.
Yeah.
What is the connection? What's your connection to these guys or one of the guys?
Oh, okay. The guy with like mush mouth.
Okay, so she calls you a mush mouth.
Yeah.
Insulting.
Fair though.
Yeah, totally. And anyone who's ever listened to our podcast knows that I make fun of your dumb fucking voice all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you make fun of it. Everyone in Sacramento makes fun of your voice. Like,
Yeah, no.
this is not like a sore subject for you.
Yeah.
But I think that she is convinced Mushmouth is going to be her Louis C.K. hilarious special, where she's just going to say Mushmouth and it's just going to murder.
Totally. Her catchphrases so far are hello, amazing, and mushmouth.
Mushmouth. So she says it once here. Carl, the host, does not give it anything, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Mushier mouth than mine.
Okay, she says it again. Let's hear how many laughs here. None. Okay.
He called me like a serial killer because he like slid into my DMs after that open mic and he like just wanted to like fuck.
Okay, that is a complete misrepresentation of what happened.
100%.
You guys matched on Tinder months before.
Yeah.
You saw her at a DM, so you were at an open mic, so you DM'd her trying to fuck, but you weren't overt about it. You were having a conversation with her.
100%.
Then at the end of the conversation, you were like, "Hey, I was sliding in your DMs to see if you wanted to hook up." And she goes, "No, I have a boyfriend." You said, "Okay, sounds good. See you around." Like,
Yeah, and the serial killer thing was like, pretty like tongue in cheek, and she at the moment wasn't like, "What are you?" Like she was very like, and it's funny because this is a person that says like, "Huh, are you triggered?"
Yeah,
Like,
right, yeah.
It's like she's obviously actually triggered.
And by the way, Carl comes to your defense here.
So you're mad at this guy because he found you attractive and wanted to have sex with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carl.
Carl rocks, dude. Carl's would be our friend, I think. Like we would hang out with Carl because he's like, wait, so you're mad? Like you want to destroy their podcast because the guy slid in your DMs? Like, what are you talking
This
about?
is a real Mia Khalifa move.
Yeah.
Odd.
100%. Because he was like, "Oh, you're psychopathic." I was like, I guess. Like, it took you long enough to notice, I guess.
This is what I'm talking about with her dumb fucking, "Oh, I'm the worst person alive," and that's charming for some reason.
It's the fucking it's just another version of actually I am a bitch.
Yeah,
it's like,
right.
It's
Stop
the
it.
fucking,
Yeah,
like,
don't
do
yeah.
that.
It's just a different flavor of "Don't talk to me till I had my coffee."
100%.
Fucking idiot.
I don't know. I just everything about him pisses me off for no reason.
All right, well,
Carl.
listen,
like, I just
everybody.
look at him.
Anyone,
I
if
do
you're
gotta say I relate to that about myself.
Yeah.
thinking about trying to fuck Vic, don't do it because she will make fun of you on a podcast if you even try. All right, here's
If you're even thinking about trying to fuck Vic, don't think about it because she has the fucking same teeth as George Washington. I mean, her enamel's running away from her mouth like her father ran away from their family.
I do gotta say I've never tried to have sex with a girl and then she just justifies the Holocaust.
Yeah,
That's the first.
yeah, totally. Well, that's because you tried to fuck an absolute moron.
Yeah, well, also she did say I'm technically Jewish, and it's like you can't just bring up you're Jewish when you're accused of
Yeah, right.
anti-Semitism.
Yeah, it'd be like me going
convenient.
I'm like 1/16 Cherokee, and I think the Trail of Tears was justified.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it doesn't matter. You're still being a piece of shit.
Instead of an Uncle Tom, she's like an Aunt Ruth. You know.
Track one, just trolling.
Well,
Okay, so she said this sums up our podcast.
yeah. No, the song is always a garnish for me, so it's like the most.
Yeah,
important
if
part
I could
of it.
trust you to pick an intro song, I
No,
would let
that's-
you do it every week.
That's what I will. This is she picked mostly inside baseball.
Yeah,
Like-
1000%. Like
Yeah.
that's what is whatever. Like I don't expect her to be a fan of the show, but it's like you're picking stuff that is like very much
Intentionally-
talking to our own listeners.
Yeah, intentionally, like people who don't listen every week
Yeah.
don't know what we're talking about.
Exactly, yeah. By the way, for going forward, the only way we're going to be able to clear up any of this stuff is if we pull the curtain back a bit on our show.
Yeah.
So like if we say anything that might sound like weirdly braggadocious or anything, it's just strictly to clear up anything. I have one thing in mind that I want to say, but like I don't want it to seem like we think we're bigger than we are. We know we are a bottom of the barrel podcast.
Yeah. In Sacramento.
And we're having fun. Like
Yeah.
we started this thing to have fun with each other.
Totally.
and just make fun of something, and that's all we wanted to be. You know.
Yeah.
I cannot trust you to do it. Yeah.
Which is, I don't know. I think I pick good ones. I've picked Billy Idol.
No, buddy, you
before.
don't pick bad songs. You pick bad intro music.
Right.
We've been over this.
Yeah.
It's not the song choice that's the problem. The songs are fine.
Well, at
It's
least,
them as intro music where you lack the tact to do it.
but I mean, I don't know. You've like done not just that, but like I Want My MTV. That's happened like just as many. And at least when I do, it's on purpose to troll you.
So that's him, like, just absolutely
I
disintegrating
think that's
whatever
our best bit.
Hold on,
Personally.
hold on. Don't talk over this. Hold on. Listen to this.
his, like, oh, like, I, like, picked really important music for the intro. And then obviously his co-host doesn't really respect him all that much at all.
Yeah, you can gather all of that from one from a 15-second audio clip. You like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
She said that sums up our podcast. We do a podcast about Dr. Phil. There's
Yeah,
nothing
true.
in that says anything about Dr. Phil.
None.
So it's like, what? Like, you're just being so disingenuous for no goddamn reason. And the reason is she wants so bad to have any fucking attention.
So bad.
That's why we've had several conversations before recording this where we talked about, like, should we even do this?
Yeah, exactly.
This chick is obviously a fucking bot, like, scraping any fucking scraps of attention she can get because she's trying to supplement it sometime in her life. That's why she's joining the military. She's trying to fucking find an identity when really what you should do is load your pockets with rocks and jump off a fucking bridge, you worthless cunt. Anyway, back to the clip.
Not only does he have a mush mouth, but he really pronounces his P's.
That is a fair criticism of
Yeah,
our podcast.
true.
We have never once done any audio
Yeah,
editing.
look, if
we record this into stage mics in an empty fucking comedy club,
Yeah.
and then just put it out immediately.
If who are these guys want to fund my speech therapy, go for it. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna-
totally. Maybe if our Patreon gets big enough, if we get to a certain level on Patreon, I'll pay for Parker's speech therapist.
And
Oh,
he
yeah.
likes to shoot them into the microphone.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
we are bad at recording. There's no denying that.
Oh God, yeah, he looks like a Jewish hunchback of Notre Dame as well.
Where are we?
Okay, hold
the
on.
record-
Carl started talking over it. She called you a Jewish hunchback of Notre Dame. What were
Right.
you going to say?
Well, Jewish hunchback is redundant, but
That's
also
I know, right? You're like, this guy's a violent Puerto Rican. It's like, yeah, we know. This guy's a drunk Irishman. Yeah, you stupid fucking idiot. Like,
yeah, that's how stereotypes.
yeah,
work.
that is are Jewish people known for their fucking posture? Victoria Bloodsworth, you tell me.
yeah. No,
Yeah, she's like, maybe that's why she thinks the Holocaust was just, because
Yeah.
she hates people with bad
They're
posture.
like, look, Hitler was just trying to give them a what are those things called that you bought?
Oh, an inversion
Yeah,
table?
like those were-
Trying to straighten out your scoliosis.
Go with this.
Oh, I could say it. I'm also Jewish.
That's
it's fine.
true. That's true. Okay, good. Whew. Got real nervous for a second there. 'Cause
Also,
the
like fucking the like Hunchback of Notre Dame is probably, if you had to put a 5 hackiest roast jokes, it's
Absolutely.
definitely in the top 5.
Yeah, it's right up there with
100%.
calling someone
shooter.
with scoliosis. Yeah, Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's like date rapist, school shooter.
Pedophile.
You look like a celebrity with Down syndrome. Like,
Yes.
it's just all the hackiest things you could say while
Yeah.
you're trying to roast
If she
somebody.
did comedy, she'd know that.
Yeah, right, exactly.
cancel culture.
Well, we'll get into what is roasting and what's not when we read my DMs to her after the show.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but if you want to hear more Mushmouth, there's number 2.
No, I think she is a sociopath. I mean, I'm obviously, and
Okay.
we weren't talking about her
No.
in this, but she kind of, plays that, to like,
Yeah, well, and also so 2 things real fast. In this clip, we keep saying socio,
right.
which is a reference to an episode of Dr. Phil we were watching.
Yeah,
it's not
an
us
inside
like
joke.
It's not like, without any context, it makes it sound like I think, it'd be funny is if I mispronounced a word,
Yeah,
which
no,
is not
we were
funny
making
at all.
fun of someone because they
And-
said,
And Opie and Anthony fans who also like who are these podcasts will know that's why a lot of people do not like Sam Roberts, is he does that a lot,
yeah,
The other thing I was going to say is, like, by the way, if you listen to our podcast, check out Who Are These Podcasts. That's actually pretty funny content. Like, I can't really get into it because it's a lot of like jumping through segments and stuff, and that's just not really
and also
what I.
this Vic chick they
Yeah.
have on really annoying.
Yeah,
Like, drop her.
the stupid Jew broad they keep bringing in. Yeah, but like it is funny. Like I've listened to clips of it, and it's pretty good. So again, nothing against this podcast. They're just trying to give this poor sack of shit that's an excuse for a person a chance to get some pseudo fame.
I believe you
no.
mean sociopath.
She's a sociopath. Yeah.
Sociopath. Yeah.
God. Because I watched this like video about the difference between psychopaths and psychopaths and sociopaths. Sociopaths.
Do you have to be able to talk in order to have a podcast? Because I was not told about this.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Also,
so
with Victoria, do you have to do comedy to call yourself a comedian? Is that
Good. I'm off the hook then. For a second there, I was like, are you going to start making fun of the way that I can't pronounce words? Because that's going to suck. That's going to suck for me. I could pick.
yeah, basically what Carl is saying is like, what are you criticizing?
Yeah.
Like what are you even mad about?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't make any sense, and he comes to your defense a little bit more on this too.
Sure, you're doing that too.
Wow, look at that.
It's
You
exactly
really put
something
your
you would
peas
do.
out there.
Thank you.
Really just shot that pea into the microphone, buddy.
Can I ask a question? Are you flirting
Yeah.
with this guy? Is that what we're doing right now?
No, no, no. I actually have a boyfriend.
He's asking that because you sound fucking psychotic. You can't be like, someone called me a psychopath and I don't like it, so I listened to hours of their podcast and then brought it to a larger podcast to try to like hurt his feelings or whatever.
Yeah.
And bombed.
Bomb.
So
Miserable.
far, Carl has not laughed at anything she said except when she started saying Jewish and he got uncomfortable that she was going to say something anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
That's the only time he's given her any fucking laughter.
Totally. And is
And
nervous.
he's totally right. She has not said anything remotely funny.
Yeah. True.
Again.
I protest too much, methinks.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, basically, I agree with Carl. She should suck your dick.
Oh fuck no.
Vic has a boyfriend, everybody. All right. Congratulations,
Yeah.
Vic.
I got ball and chained again.
Oh, man. You know
What?
that is pretty funny. Because,
Dude, listen to her just stutter through that.
Oh,
yeah,
that's true.
she's
Okay,
like
good.
these dumb Jew stutter.
Listen.
Got real nervous for a second there.
Oh, shit, I went way too far. Fuck.
Do you have
Boyfriend.
that
Again.
I protest too much, methinks.
Oh my god. No, fuck no.
Vic has a boyfriend, everybody. All right. Congratulations,
Yeah.
Vic.
I got ball and chained again.
Yeah.
Has anyone said that ever?
Yeah.
Has anyone
else we
said I
got
got
going
Peas
down?
out
ball
there.
and chained again?
Yeah.
This pod.
Number 5, he keeps having like these strokes in the middle of him talking.
Okay, remember earlier when Vic went like 6 seconds without saying anything when she was addressed? I mean, I'll pander to the O&A crowd again. I mean, Artie laying on heroin was more coherent on Anthony and Artie or whatever that show was called.
Yeah, Artie sleeping through.
Yeah, on Howard.
Yeah.
It was better radio than this
better
fucking
radio.
dumb bitch.
Talking.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Oh, so you ran a red light though?
On accident. Well, like this car totally is one of those dumb like old cars that old people.
Yeah, it's just one of those dumb old cars that old dumb people drive.
Oh,
Dude, do you hear how much I don't respect you
Yeah.
right there? I mean, it is. Why are we friends?
dude. I mean, I will say this to my credit. I am Joe Biden's son.
Yeah.
This is an ageist podcast.
Yeah. Right. No,
If you're over the age of 55, suck my dick.
but it's kind of like it's like I don't. If you have money to spend on like a nice car, just like why are you getting something that's like that old? I don't get it. I'm not a big car.
Oh, wait. So, sorry.
It's a classic car.
It was like an old school car.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I don't understand. Like, okay, yeah, that's not a good clip. Who gives a shit?
yeah,
Like,
you picked it out.
it's 30 seconds of an hour-long podcast that doesn't flow great.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
I'm fucking I suck at talking, and ironically, I'm okay at comedy. Like,
yeah,
fucking,
exactly. Anyway,
It took all that explanation and all that like fucking brain power to just figure out, oh, it was an old school car.
didn't have enough to fucking swipe left on you. Though.
Again,
and by the way, I'm just like, what it is, not to like be like this hurt my like, but it's like what it is anxiety. Like when I'm talking a lot of the times, I'm just thinking like, oh fuck, people are listening. I need to like don't fuck this up. So like it's a fucking self-eating snake where I'm just like, pay attention to what you're saying. You know?
yeah. Well, I mean, like we don't ever really talk about it on the podcast because it's not like a huge thing for us, but like you have a disability.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like you're mush mouth because you ate a bunch of fucking waffles and they're still in your mouth or whatever.
It's not,
like
I have a physical disability, but I do have like speech. Like I
yeah,
did go
that's
to
what I
speech
mean.
therapy
The
as a kid.
speech impediment is a disability.
Oh,
you know, I
yeah.
mean, it's like a learning disability or whatever. I mean, and that's why you're allowed to say retard.
These people are
Sorry.
dumb.
It's incredible.
Yeah. Yes, we are, Carl. We're dumb. we've never
Yeah,
claimed to be
can't
anything
disagree.
besides that. We're stupid.
Incredibly.
And they're both stand-up comedians,
Oh, this is my favorite. This is my absolute fucking favorite.
100%.
but they do open mics.
They do open
They're
mics
open micers.
mostly.
How the fuck would you know?
Yeah. Also,
What are you talking
you're
about?
at
Like,
the same open.
yeah,
mics.
you're at the same. How would you know we do mostly open mics? We've
Yeah.
been in COVID quarantine for 4 months, 5 months, whatever. Like, and we haven't seen you the entire time.
How are these guys not famous 4 years into comedy?
Yes.
They're doing open mics.
I'm going to spoil something for everyone at home. Anyone who's listening to this, let me explain to you how comedy outside of New York, LA, maybe Chicago, maybe Austin, maybe Portland work.
Yeah.
It is 3 kinds of comedians. It's 2% people who are headliners, 49% open micers,
Yeah.
and 49% people who are open micers who refuse to call themselves open micers.
I don't know if the numbers add up, but that is true. That's very
Yeah,
true.
that adds up. Yeah, I got 2%, 49, 49. That's it, dude.
Out of
Out of 100%.
102%.
How is that 102%?
Oh, wait, no. That
I mean,
is
you're really
100.
proving her points here, you dumb fuck. But yeah, like anyone in Sacramento is an open micer except for maybe 2% of the comedic
that's very
population.
true.
It's like, what?
That's spot on.
Do you think that's an insult? Like,
Yeah.
do you think it's an insult that we haven't fucking gotten over our skis and moved to LA yet? Like, what are you talking about?
It's kind of like saying like, haha, look at these dumb fat people at the gym
Yeah.
eating properly.
Right.
Like,
It's like,
it's like, yeah, it's how you get better.
yeah, do you think that you go to like music open mics and be like, yeah, my boyfriend's a musician. Oh, really? Is he famous? No. Well, he's a fucking sad sack of shit then. It's
Yeah.
like, no, that's not how it works. Everyone understands that like comics are open micers for the majority of their career.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yes.
What else is going on with these two mumble mouths?
Okay, not two mumble mouths.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Carl. This is where we divide.
Go ahead and play number 8. He hurt himself masturbating, which I didn't know that was possible.
That is what that Johnny Cash song was supposed to be about.
I hurt myself masturbating.
It's possible.
How's it going? Okay, so Carl's back on our side. Like, Carl hasn't taken her side on almost anything
Yeah,
so
pretty
far,
much.
which is a compliment to us. I mean, everything he said criticizing the podcast, I guess, has been true. Like, we pop our peas into the mic. We don't have good audio quality.
Yeah.
This is not fucking NPR.
Right.
And we're dumb.
I have a mush mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Carl's right. He hasn't said anything mean, though. Go on,
God.
buddy.
I'm doing all right. I actually really fucked up my neck last night. And I really wish I were making this up, but I did it masturbating.
Did you really?
I really did.
What happened?
I don't know if it's because I came and then like something happened, or if I was in pain the whole time, but my adrenaline was up
Yeah.
so much.
Did you come way harder because you were in pain the whole time?
Maybe, you know.
How many times have you hurt yourself masturbating, Carl?
Okay, that's what you do when you have nothing funny to say about the clip that you thought people were going to hate, is you immediately go like, anyway, moving on, you know?
Never hurt my neck.
But at least she's got the comedic sense there to not even try. I mean, there's nothing. Why would you even pull that clip? It's a fucking nothing story that we're telling to fill some time.
Yeah, 100%.
We're doing a fucking an hour a week.
Sometimes, yeah,
in the middle of a fucking quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you expect us to talk about, you know?
This is stupid.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yeah, absolutely, Carl. It is stupid.
Yeah. No, we're not trying to say that, you know.
Dude, I will tell everybody, and I know we're talking to patrons right now.
Yeah.
But we are out of shit to talk about due to COVID for the most
100%.
part. It's bare minimum, you know?
These guys are like trying to be shocking or interesting, and they're neither of those things.
All right, Carl, gotta correct you here a little bit. You've I don't know if this girl's paid or whatever. God, I hope you're not paying this woman money.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's going through our podcast trying to find the most interesting, annoying parts of it, pulling them out of context and then playing them. It's not going to be interesting or funny.
Yeah, of course not.
It's not going to be. So I don't know. I'm assuming that's not really a criticism. Maybe you're just talking about this story specifically. But yeah, I'm sure if I was just like, hey, have you ever heard Who Are These Podcasts? And you were like, no. And I just played you the 5 seconds where dumb fuck doesn't speak when she's talked to.
Totally.
I'd be like, yeah, that's the entire podcast. Can you believe that? That's all they do. You'd be like, this sounds like shit.
Yeah, I feel like if, you know, you just made someone listen to Victoria for 20 minutes
Who?
or whatever. Victoria Bloodsworth.
Okay, thank you.
It would just be like the scene in Clockwork Orange where it's like, my God, make it stop.
Yeah, he also thinks having sex on the couch for my number 4 clip is like surprising. He was genuinely surprised.
Does anyone listen to this show?
I saw their downloads.
You did?
They would get like a couple, like 100 for each episode.
Right.
Okay, I gotta ask some questions here. First off, where are you seeing our downloads at? I barely know how to get to our fucking download numbers. And 2, what? What were you gonna say? A couple hundred? Like, did you go from a couple hundred to like 100? Because like we are doing a couple hundred downloads an episode.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I mean by like pulling back the curtain. It sounds like braggadocious, but we know we're not shit.
Yeah.
But we're not
exactly.
doing 100 downloads an episode.
Yeah.
We're doing more than that.
Oh, we should have made that a drop where the sexy vegan goes, let's see your fucking talent.
Yeah.
Because
Right. Yeah. That is a good point. Yeah.
it's like, yeah, what about your podcast? You know?
Yeah.
Like at least these guys like actually tried to make something that no one else was making. You just fucking latched on.
Yeah,
You
you've
know?
done absolutely nothing. And that, again, you're joining the military because that's the only part of your life that you're being honest with yourself about, is you've done absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And so you're just trying to cling on to any sense of identity.
Absolutely.
If these guys would pay her money to just be the punching bag of this show, she would do that and then die of an overdose at 40.
Total.
That's what her trajectory in life is. Instead she's going to enlist in the Navy at 28 years old, get a fucking Camaro, and then go fucking die on an IED explosive. Anyway, back to the episode.
It's just numbers. Patrick Michael, you listening? Maybe you should talk about masturbating more.
Oh my God.
All right.
I've been
think
caught
about.
having sex.
Carl's over it by this point, as well he should be. There's no reason you should, like, right,
By the way,
the rest...
she talked about like her postly like on stage.
Yeah,
so
whatever.
It's dumb to be like, it's hypocritical.
Of
to be
course
like,
it is.
I can talk about
Of
masturbating.
course
just
it
not
is.
you. Yeah.
Of course it is. And Carl, by the way, Carl's doing, I told Parker this before, and maybe I'm misunderstanding, it's possible, but like, I think like after they uploaded this episode, Carl was on Anthony Cumia's show the next day. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's got a pretty good reputation with people.
Right.
And is doing way bigger shit than talking about Fill My Heart.
Yeah, totally.
We are an absolute nothing podcast. We've moved the needle not one iota in any aspect of life. We're struggling comedians trying to make something in a
Yeah.
fucking world that doesn't need comedy. There's no reason any of us should be doing this, but we're like struggling through trying to fucking cling on to identity the same way she is. The only difference is we're trying to do it with talent. Anyway.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
That's better.
a bunch of times.
What?
But-
Really? What?
Yeah. Like my little brother, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Like everyone would be gone except for my little brother, and we'd be like on the couch, and he would like come downstairs, and I'd like make eye contact, like go upstairs, you know?
Yeah.
Just things like that.
Wait, so you had sex on the couch?
Dude, yeah. I mean,
Is the other guy a virgin? What kind of question is that?
Well, exactly. But
Objection.
Yes. No, Victoria, good joke. Yeah, exactly.
That's a pretty good.
Add a way to riff. Add a way to pick up the fucking riff and go with it. Carl's trying to be like, is this guy a virgin? This is crazy. Listen to how naive he sounds. And you go, yeah, exactly.
It's a
Good.
solid tag.
Good.
I will say. That is.
like, how close with your brother are you that you have to like make eye contact, like while you're having sex, and are able to just be like, "Hey, go away." You know what I mean?
I don't.
No, that's a good point, Victoria. Instead of just making creepy eye contact with my brother, I should have had a conversation with him mid fucking stroke. Is that what you're seriously suggesting? Is that it's weird to make eye contact, but not weird to be like, hey, go upstairs? Who is that not weird for in that situation?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like, it's just, she's trying so hard to make this something.
Totally.
And I think at this point, she's realized she's in over her head.
Yeah, 100%.
And she's trying to redeem herself somehow. And it's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. As much as we should be editing out us popping our peas, Carl should be editing out this non-comedy garbage from his otherwise pretty funny podcast.
Yeah, let's be honest. Like, if she weren't like hot or whatever, like she has nothing to offer.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nothing.
totally. And she's not hot to me. To me, she's ass ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people on Reddit were saying she looked like Peggy Hill. She does. She's fucking an ugly dumbass. She has no redeeming qualities in life.
Oh, totally. I agree.
What the fuck is up with
I
that?
don't know what you mean. I don't have a younger brother. I've never been caught having sex with by a family member.
Yeah.
So I don't.
And then
I
you
don't.
just
Hey, Victoria, remember when you were like, and his co-host clearly doesn't respect him. Maybe go back and listen to this because nobody respects you in what you're doing right now.
know
tell
how I
him
would
to fuck
react to that.
off.
I'm not sure how I would react. I don't know if I'd be like, Mom, inappropriate time to bring me brownies. What are we doing?
yeah.
I don't know what I would say.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
my,
totally.
my-
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Even Carl's like, yeah, what else do you want him to do in
Yeah.
that situation?
This podcast is supposed to be about making fun of other podcasts, and you're making that hard for him.
Yeah.
You're making it hard to do his job.
Yes.
Why are you on this fucking
Yeah.
thing?
You're not giving him anything to work with.
Yeah, honestly, I think I could pull way better clips.
Of
That would give
course.
us-
Dude, there's stuff
Yeah.
where we're actually talking about Dr. Phil and not doing well. We're bombing while we're doing the thing we're supposed to be doing good at. There's 100
100%.
clips like that. All she's pulled is like mundane pre Dr. Phil. Like, that's the premise of the show, is we talk about our stupid lives for 20 to 30 minutes, and then we talk about Dr. Phil for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
The Dr. Phil stuff is the stuff where if you pointed out something stupid on there, I'd be like, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. That really does. But like, we're in COVID and you've been like, yeah, look at these guys are boring. Yes. Yes, we're boring. We
Yes.
both work dumb day jobs that aren't interesting.
Totally.
One of us is in a relationship. One of us is not getting laid. Who cares about anything we're saying? I would actually recommend, if you're listening to this and want to give our show a chance, fast forward to the Dr. Phil stuff. Like,
Yeah,
there's no
totally.
reason to listen to any of it else.
my number 10, it's fucking annoying.
Dick now.
This is just a super cut of you laughing. I'm not going to sit through
Oh
it.
No,
yeah,
no,
that
let's
was
do it.
literally
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Tell us.
um,
Stop having fun on your podcast. That's supposed to be fun.
Yeah, right?
Like what?
just or Tibetan monks just masturbating the whole time.
That's not a good clip for me right there.
Well, also
Parker, don't laugh when I make a joke, God damn it.
Or-
has the same word in it.
No, I use a lot, and no, like
And fucking
no, like these people snooze.
we have that much money.
No,
if
yeah.
you're fucking
No,
yeah, like I've even said that I'm the Chanel West Coast of this podcast.
Yes, you've said that on the podcast.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe she's thrown off by these weird tribal primal
She's
noises you're making because
She's never heard laughter.
she's never heard it after anything she said. But yeah, it's called laughing at what your friend says on a podcast. It's pretty regular on most podcasts, actually.
They're a penny pincher.
yeah.
Vic making supercuts for us.
That's all he can add.
Yeah.
He can't shit on it.
Good editing.
Yeah,
I'll give it
Carl's
that.
like, thank you for making a supercut. He knows this is dog shit.
Yeah.
And she cannot pick up on it. She's like, no, play another clip. This is like when you're telling a story and then like the ending just bombs. And so you try to wrap it into another story, hoping the next story will be funny.
Oh yeah, that was literally in the first like 5 to 10 minutes, and like that much fun.
No, it wasn't. That was over the course of several episodes.
Yeah,
Fucking
totally.
laughing.
Yeah.
And I hate his laugh. I fucking hate it.
Same.
You
It-
seem to dislike these people.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
It made my blood boil. I dislike their podcast. I dislike their
Yeah.
comedy. I dislike
Here's the
them.
thing.
Hold
with
on,
roast-
hold on, hold on, hold on,
Yeah.
hold on, hold on right there. That she dislikes our podcast. Let's keep that out there. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say, and this is what unfunny people do when they don't know how to roast. Is instead of being funny, they just say something mean and think that it'll
Yeah,
get a laugh.
it's exactly what I meant. Is like her personality sucks, and so she's leaned into like I'm a piece of shit, and I'm going to be self-deprecating about it. And
Yeah.
you'll hear it more when we read my DMs with her, where it's like you think that somehow this is building a personality, is being mean. People going, "Hey, you're a piece of shit," and then you go like, "What do you want me to do? I'm
Yeah.
just a cunt." It's
Dude,
like
she's-
that's not a personality.
Yeah, she's Milo Yiannopoulos if he didn't get enough oxygen at birth.
Yeah.
That's all she
And
is.
you know what? Milo Yiannopoulos is actually fuckable, unlike this dumb fucking idiot.